everybody. I'm Knight Uretsky.
I'm Kyle Gwynn.
And we got a good one today between the Bakersfield Christian Eagles and the Ridgeview Wolfpack. It's a homecoming week for Bakersfield Christian. Kyle, tell me about your experience so far this week.
It's been fun. We've had a couple dress-up days. I only dressed up for 2. I wore a Goofy hat, and then I wore my float shirt that said Smurfalicious. I don't really know how I feel about that. I actually do, but I'm not going to say it. So yeah, it's been fun. It really lightens up the campus. It's kind of exciting.
You don't like the Smurf theme? Or?
No, I like the Smurfs. I just don't like Smurfalicious.
Smurfalicious sophomores?
Yeah, no, I wasn't really feeling that.
Yeah, I got my junior shirt on, and Wednesday I dressed up as a hippie for Way Back Wednesday, so that was a lot of fun. So what do you think the Eagles can do to pull this one off against Ridgeview?
I feel like they've had struggles getting off to hot starts. They did good against Tehachapi last week, but for the rest of the season they've been cold coming out into the game, so they really need to get off to a hot start because Ridgeview is a good team and they're going to capitalize on all BCHS's mistakes. So they really got to get off to a hot start so they can be in this game and potentially win this one.
Yeah, who should we look for on offense?
On offense, you should definitely look for junior tight end Ben Urosic. He didn't play last week, but he's back this week, and he's set to have another good game. He's got a couple offers. It's just way bigger than most of the other competition and faster. Just really has all the intangibles to be a great player. And then you got to look at a guy like Dante Harris, who's had a really breakout year so far, and look to see him get the ball a couple more times and keep going with that run-pass option that they were trying out against Tehachapi.
Yeah, Jake Moran's going to be the starting quarterback tonight. Dom might come off the bench later. Depends on Jake's play, but Jake is the man for this one. Ben, I was talking to him before the game, and he was like, I need to dominate on defense. How I'm going to win this game, I'm going to dominate on defense. Who else should we look for on the defensive side of the ball?
On defense, you should look for Tate Enberg, who had a big game with Urosic out against Tehachapi. He had 15 tackles. He's just all over the place, always able to make a play on defense. Then you got to look at Keontae Glenn, who usually we don't say his name a lot because he's so good at locking down his defender, but you should also look out for him. It's another great corner for the Eagles, and those are really your 2 main guys on defense for the Eagles, along with Urosic, that you should look out for tonight.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Ridgeview has a bunch of athletes on their team. That's basically what they are. They have a big one in Taj Wright, and he's going to be a hard one to stop. We're about to get going. They just did the coin toss. Homecoming national anthem's coming up. Players about to take the field. The cheerleaders are forming to make their tunnel. And the Eagles come onto the field right now. Ridgeview's team definitely outnumbers Bakersfield Christian.
We do. I feel like every week the Eagles seem to have less and less players on the sideline.
Yeah, a lot of injuries have happened this year. Mentioned Nathan Smith, so we continue to pray for him. But good news for Nathan, he is on the homecoming.
So he still gets his time to shine here tonight. And people like Donovan Foster and Alan Rogg also have been hurt all season long pretty much. And that's really hurt the Eagles, but they've been able to overcome it in their past 2 SYL games.
Yeah, Alan Rogg, they had actually cut his jersey due to his broken collarbone, and he's wearing it today, tucked it in, and he's almost back to normal. Fans are coming in, students everywhere. It's going to be a very exciting one.
It's going to be a big matchup because both of these teams are 2-0 in the SYL. So this is for who's going to be at top of the rankings. So this is a pretty big game in this league, especially for BCHS since it is their first year in this new league.
Yeah, this could be the game where the Eagles establish themselves as the key guy, or key team in SYL. Players are lined up. Should be starting the national anthem soon.
This time I'd like to invite everybody.
And we are, so we'll be right back after this national anthem.
Josh Egbert will be leading us in our national anthem on his electric guitar, and then we remain standing for prayer. Senior Noah Taylor leads us in our prayer.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day, and thank you for the great game of football. I pray that each team will play with sportsmanship and heart, and keep everyone safe on the field, and I pray for no injuries. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Thank you, Noah and Josh.
Good job by Josh right there. Definitely different than the pep band we're used to.
Definitely a little bit louder than we're used to as well. But I like it. Spices things up. Gives us something new.
And he's only a sophomore, so.
He's a name we should look out for in the coming years.
Props to him, yeah.
A lot of potential.
Your grade. Tension is building. Eagles do have a couple of Ridgeview transfers. Keontae Glenn and Myron Randall, those will be two names we should look out for, potentially.
Yeah, both of them had big nights against Tehachapi last Friday. And since Jake's come back in as quarterback, Myron's really been targeted more than anyone else on this Eagle roster.
Yeah, Myron really has that hops to go up and get the ball, and his hands are fantastic.
Ridgeview Wolfpack receiving and defending the south goal.
Guillory's going to kick it off. So after the Eagles go back-to-back weeks of receiving to start, they're going to kick this one off.
And receiving had been working for the Eagles. I'm guessing they lost the coin toss because I don't know why they would kick it off after the hot starts they were starting to get off to.
And we're off. Fielded at the 30. Cuts back up the field all the way up to the 40.
Ramirez on the return for Wolfpack.
That's Ramirez with the return. So here comes this offense from Ridgeview. led by senior Taj Wright.
40-yard line.
Been hearing his name all week. Should be someone we should be looking out for. They're going to come out a pistol right here. Hinzo, the quarterback, takes a snap, hands it off, and Edinburgh's there to bring him down. Gets only 2 on that carry and bring up 2nd and long.
Not much there. Edinburgh right there to stop it. You'll be hearing his name a lot more during this broadcast.
Yeah, he was able to step right in there and fill in the hole. Ridgeview likes to run multiple options, mostly from the spread, that they also run that 2-wing like we saw against West. Enzo takes snap, fakes it, and now he's going to run up the middle. He's pulling a couple of guys and gets about 5 on that carry, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
He's able to drag the defender and get a couple more yards and make this a 3rd and very manageable.
They're going to mark it at the 47 as Hinzo runs back onto the field. Third and 3 coming up for the for the Wolfpack. Takes a snap, hands it off, and there's Wright. And he gets shoved and hits the first down marker.
Pushed out lines right at the marker.
Refs are disputing where to spot it.
There we see the athleticism and speed from Wright. And they're going to mark this a 4th down short.
Yeah, it'll be 4th and 1 coming up. They're going to say he didn't get the yard of gain. And the offense still stands on the field, so they're going to go for it.
Looked like he was going to get it. And a nice tackle shoves him out of bounds before he's able to.
Yeah, here's the momentum changer possibly in this game as he hands it off. Being chased, gets around the edge, gets hit, breaking a couple of tackles, and
we're going to mark him.
Yeah, they're going to give him the first down. Gets up to the 49, but Eagles almost were able to get him for a loss. Jetted a tackle. Was able to get a couple yards there.
Yeah, it looked like the Eagles were about to be off the field. Wright was able to evade a couple of the defenders and keep this Wolfpack drive alive.
Yeah, Edinburgh was in pursuit, but couldn't get there. First down, Wolfpack. Enzo takes it, man in motion, hands it to Wright, right up the middle, and he gets stuffed. Gets back to the yard again and bring up 2nd and 10.
At the beginning of the season, Wright and Hinzo were trading off snaps at quarterback for Ridgeview. Ridgeview has now decided on Hinzo as the quarterback, and they've moved Wright to running back. And it's been working out for them. They dominated West into Tehachapi in the past couple weeks. They're going to stick with it.
Yeah, Ridgeview's 4-2. Hinzo in the pistol, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throws wide. He catches and gets the first down as he rolls over Randall.
First time passing for the Wolfpack. Gets him a first down. They're not much of a passing team. They really like to keep the ball on the ground and do it that way. This time, the Eagles just weren't expecting that. Wolfpack are able to catch them off guard and get a first down.
1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. They're going to run out of the pistol once again. Motion, takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, and Allen is stuffed. They're rolling out Taj Wright everywhere, but this time they hand it to Allen.
And nothing there for Ridgeview.
Yeah, Sean Allen is only a sophomore. getting some snaps on varsity already. Promising player for the Wolfpack. Takes a snap, hands it off, makes a move, and gets tackled around the 27, but there is a flag down.
A nice juke there. Get him around 5 yards, but that could be coming back.
As you may notice, the flags are pink today.
I did notice that. I was a bit confused as to what that was. I figured out it must be a flag.
They're going to wave off the flag here. So it'll be a 3rd and manageable for the Wolfpack from the Eagles 27. Gotta think it's 2 down territory here for Ridgeview.
Yeah, from pretty much the 30 or the 40 to the other 30. It's pretty much 4 down territory for most high school teams. You know, your kicker usually doesn't have the leg to get it there. And a timeout. Ridgeview.
So we'll be right back after this timeout. Score is 0-0, 7:43 to go here in the first.
Yeah, the Dodgers score for you, so if you're recording it over ears.
It's a giant loudspeaker.
The bottom of the 6, the Brewers are on top 5-1. Here we are, 3rd and 4 coming up for Ridgeview. Back at it. 3rd and 4.
They're going to go lone scent for Hinzo. Motion a man, hand it off, then they pitch it back to right. Right's running on the right side. And he gets the first down and more, but there is a flag back. I think this one's going to stay, but they might be bringing the ball back.
Yeah, the Eagles just completely sold out on the motion. And, yeah, we'll be coming back. It's a costly penalty. So they were inside as Ridgeview was inside the red zone now. And they've been moving the ball pretty well, so you'd imagine they would be able to find their way into the end zone and give this game its first score.
Yeah, they're actually going to move it back to the original line again, so it'll be 3rd and 4 once again.
Just from the other side of the field now.
Yeah. Hinzo takes a snap. He's going to throw. Throws over the middle. That's cut. Fumbles it. And they're actually going to say incomplete, but that was close. Almost intercepted for that case in the end zone, but nothing going, and it'll bring up 4th down and 4.
Yeah, had him open. Just wasn't able to hold on to it. But Ridgeview ends up catching a break. That could have been a disaster on the interception. But instead they have 4th down.
They're going to go for it once again. Motion a man. Hinzo takes a snap. Quick throw. And that's incomplete. Batted down.
Nice
Chris
play.
Gutierrez.
Yeah, nice play there. Read it very well. Great defensive play right there. They were all over the quarterback. And the nice play by Gutierrez will give the Eagles the ball with 7:07 on the clock.
Yeah, Gutierrez was just able to step in there, bat it down. And here we go now. 7:07 to go here in the first quarter. Eagles are tied with Ridgeview 0-0. Don't want to get ahead of myself as Moran is in shotgun formation. Takes a snap, Throws to Harris, and Harris lets it go right through his hands. Bring up second down.
Not much there. It's a drop.
Yeah, they tried to hit the back. Could not.
You got to start dialing it in, because if you can't complete a 2-yard pass, it's going to be a long night for the Eagles.
Moran takes snap, hands up to Harris at the middle, and he gets the first down and all the way up to the 45.
And Harris just gashes the Wolfpack right up the middle. He gets a lot of first down and yardage.
Great sprint by Harris, gain of 15. First and 10 coming up for the Eagles.
Harris wasn't even starting week 1. Now look at him here, having a huge impact.
Moran's bouncing out around in the pocket, and he gets brought down around the 40-yard line. Was bouncing around trying to find some room, could not, and gets brought down for a loss of 6.
You need to throw that ball away there. Can't afford to take a sack, especially after the big run.
Yeah, Moran's a mobile quarterback. Surprised he didn't try to roll out. Stepped up in the pocket. Here we go now. Second and 10 from the 40. As Moran rolls out right, they're going to run it with him. Goes upfield, takes a hit, and gets all the way up to the 47. Gain of 8, and he'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, always bold strategy to run your quarterback, because you always run the risk of him getting hurt, and then you got to put in the backup. But the Eagles do have a good backup in Dominic Gamboni. He started a couple games so far this season.
Yeah, Gamboni's played a couple of great games. They decided to put in Jake Moran against West after Gamboni threw an interception, and he's been the starter since.
He's played very well.
As Moran takes the snap, throws deep, has a man, and could not find him. Wallace could not track down that ball, and will bring up 4th and 7, and the punting team's coming onto the field.
Yeah, had him open, just threw it to the wrong side. And we'll bring out the punting team. The Eagles unable to get anything really on that drive.
Blumhoff to kick, Taj right, deep. Booming kick. Fielded at the 12, and he falls down. Great kick by Blumhoff. There is a flag down at the 46.
Yeah, that's one of his best punts he's had all year, as there's a flag, as a pink flag is on the field.
I like the pink flags.
Yeah, don't adjust your settings at home. It is pink.
Looks like this one's going to be on Ridgeview, so I'll back him up even further.
Even better punt.
Yeah, it is holding against Ridgeview, and it's going to back it all the way up to the 6. Like Kyle said, it makes the punt even more impressive. So Hinzo, the quarterback, has Allen back with him. Takes a snap, hands off up the middle, and he's stuffed. Gets maybe 2 on that one. Bring up second down.
The Eagles have done a good job of staying in their lanes when Ridgeview tries to go up the middle. Really haven't allowed them to get much yardage.
Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 9, so that's actually a gain of 3.
But if you're getting 3 yards, and then maybe like a 4-yarder, you got yourself a first down. So not a bad run there by Ridgeview. Lone
set for Hinzo. Takes a snap. Jurasic gets free, fumbles it into the end zone. Trying to get out of this end zone is Ridgeview, and he gets brought down in the end zone. Are they going to mark him a safety? It is a safety. Ben Jurasic knocks it free. Eagles tackle the defender in the end zone. Put 2 on that board.
Jurasic had an incredible swim move to get to Hinzo and then force the fumble. A nice play there by the junior standout in his first game back.
Yeah, I was saying before the game, he wanted to be disruptive on the defensive side, and that he was.
Yeah, it certainly was disruptive.
Makes the score 2-0 with 4:14 to go here in the first quarter. As Ridgeview is going to punt it now after that safety.
I believe that's the first safety we've seen for the Eagles this year. We almost had one against West, but it was called down at the 1.
Yeah, I thought that play against West was actually a safety.
I think it was, but
refs decided it wasn't. Wallace and Harris are going to go back deep for the Eagles. Good punt. Wallace fields it from the 25. He's bringing it up, trying to find something, makes a move, and gets brought down at the 40. So the Eagles offense will come back onto the field. They had the run with Harris, then 3 and out after the penalty drew him back. Or excuse me, not the penalty, the sack brought him back.
Yeah, they're going to start off with a little better field position than the last time due to the safety. They need to make something out of it.
They lead 2-0 early on. Gutierrez and Glenn out to the right. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws, tipped, intercepted by Taj Wright.
It's another couple batted balls for the Eagles that have turned into interceptions. And their offensive woes continue here in this first quarter.
Definitely not how they wanted to start right after that safety.
No, you get some momentum with the turnover. You have good field position, and then you, on the first play, turn the ball right back over. It's not what you want.
Yeah, Ridgeview pretty much trades 2 points for good field position. As Hinzo's out in pistol with Allen in the backfield. Hands off to Allen, and Allen is stuffed.
Brought down by
Dylan Parcher.
Loss of a yard on the play.
Second and 12 coming up for Ridgeview. Hinzo takes snap, fakes it, throws over the middle, and he has his man. Tommy Strickland, the sophomore, up for the first down inside Eagle territory to the 34.
Yeah, Ridgeview really isn't that much of a passing team, but their passing so far has been pretty good. I mean, they have about 3 completions, all for first downs or close to first downs.
First down for the Wolfpack. Motions right, close to the line of scrimmage.
We have a
Timeout on Ridgeview, so they waste their second timeout already early here in the first quarter. Eagles lead 2-0 with 2:50. We'll be right back.
Group picture in the south end zone.
Enzo, lone set motion man, takes snap, throws it to Wright. Wright has a screen. He's running upfield. Wright goes out of bounds around the 20-yard line. That'll give the Wolfpack a first down after that long gain on 2nd and 12.
Yeah, at least Ridgeview was able to get something out of their second timeout. But them wasting their timeouts early could definitely end up costing them later in this half. Maybe when they're trying to stop the Eagles or trying to stop the clock so they can get set up as they're driving down the field.
They hand it to Wright this time as he cuts upfield and gets brought down. Sorry for the technical difficulties for the moment.
Try and get that resolved sometime soon.
As Hinzo takes a snap, runs left, and he gets brought down by Urasek at the 15. Looks like we got it back and working.
Bring up 4th down. Ball on 15.
4th and 4 coming up now for Ridgeview.
Big 4th down here. As Ridgeview's trying to take the lead after the Eagles had the safety to put them up 2-0. And a stop here for the Eagles can really maybe get their offense going, which has only got a couple of yards so far. So big down here.
Enzo takes snap, gonna throw a fade, and that's incomplete, intended for Wright. Eagles will come back on the field. Turnover on downs by the Wolfpack.
That was great coverage there by Chris Gutierrez, who has already had 2 very good defensive plays. Chris at the beginning of the year was playing corner and wide receiver. Now he's just been at corner, and he's done a good job this year.
So here comes the Eagles offense. Jake Moran, the quarterback, after the interception. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Taj Wright was there. Said his name a lot during this game.
Yeah, Ridgeview's gone to him a lot. He's been able to make a couple plays. It's accounted for most of their yards.
Cheerleaders are cheering. Unsportsmanlike on Ridgeview, and that'll give the Eagles 15 more yards.
Yeah, that'll definitely help out a struggling Eagles offense so far in this first quarter. And take all the yards they can get.
Even with the Eagle offensive struggles, they still lead 2-0 after Jurasic was able to strip Hinzo at the 1 yard line. The ball bounced into the end zone. Ridgeview's lineman picked it up and was brought down for the safety. Moran has Harris in the backfield with him.
Looks like BCHS is now going to have a penalty of their own.
Yeah, false start there. Back him up 5 more yards. For those watching us and not watching the Dodgers game, the Brewers just scored once again with a Jesus Aguilar home run to extend the lead to 6-1 for the Brewers over the Dodgers, as Harris runs for good gain right there, gets about 10. Bring up 2nd and 5.
Harris has been the one good part so far of this Eagles offense. Yeah, it's their only first down of the game. And he got over 10 yards on that one.
Kyle, you're a Dodgers fan?
I am. Not worried.
Not worried?
If we win tomorrow, then we just win at home. Not that worried.
As Moran fakes it to Harris, and he has a quarterback keeper. He's trying to turn it upfield and gets up as the ball comes out. Looks like it was late. 2 flags are coming in.
Flags on the play.
I don't think the fumble, or maybe not fumble, will end up mattering due to the penalties. And I think they also marked him down.
Refs are discussing this right now. Holding on the Eagles.
Penalties have definitely hurt the Eagles all year. And it's again rearing its ugly head. So bring them back to the 31 yard line.
Bring up 2nd and 10 now with time clocking down. And that'll do it for this first quarter. Eagles lead 2-0. We'll be right back after this.
It's like all of this is covered. The whole back leg there. It's still super. Unless it's raining or something.
Second and 10 from their own 30. Moran has 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Takes a snap. Slides left, throws for Glinton. Short. Incomplete, and I'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
Try to get that back shoulder. Just didn't didn't end up working for the Eagles. The back shoulder, when used properly, works almost every time. I'm a big fan. It's my second favorite play after the naked bootleg.
Moran takes a snap. He's going to throw. Has Jurasic. First down all the way up to the 50.
Jurasic's had a big impact on defense as he gets his first catch of the game for a first down. Their second of the game.
Yeah, gain of 20 there. Eagles finally have something going offensively. Has Harris in the backfield with him. Takes a snap. Hands it to Harris. Harris weaving his way through traffic. Gets up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Yeah, another good carry by Harris. He's had a good game so far. And besides that first down there to Jurasic, it's really been most of the Eagles' offense.
Second and 5 at the Wolfpack 45. Hands it to Harris. Harris runs outside, turns upfield, and gets 10 on that one all the way up to the 35.
Again, just getting yards, getting outside. And BCHS has been able to run them outside and up the middle. And both ways it's been very effective for them.
Gives them a first down, and the Eagles' offense is rolling. Had the 20-yarder to Jurasic, and then a couple of runs by Harris. 10:35 to go. Eagles lead 2-0. Moran takes a snap, hands it to Harris. Harris goes up the middle for a gain of 2. Bring up 2nd and 8.
Except a couple and being brought down by McDowell.
Couldn't find anything there. Wolfpack defense able to stop him in space. Moran takes a snap, hands it to Harris. Harris gets brought down in the backfield.
And Ridgeview's finally starting to get in there on Harris and stopping that run.
Yeah, Sandoval was there with the tackle. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Sure, this is 2-down territory for the Eagles.
Yeah, look for the Eagles to maybe try and throw it to Jurasic again. But they really like to go to on 3rd down because he's such his 6'5" frame is able to usually get open as they're going to take a shot downfield in double coverage.
Yeah, I couldn't find Wallace there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Barn Dance coming up here on October 27th. Tickets are on sale. Told they've been sold in the stands tonight.
You got to go for it here. Maybe this sparks something, and you're able to ride it out for the rest of the half.
Moran has 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Harris in the backfield with him. Takes a snap. Pressured. Gets away. Throws. And that's caught.
Wow.
Myron Randall.
Nice play there by Jake Moran to fade the defender and then find Myron Randall, who also made a really nice catch to give the Eagles a first down on 4th down.
Heck of a play there. Brings it all the way up to the 21. Moran takes snap, hands it to Harris. Harris runs right, trying to get the edge. Cuts upfield and gets brought down 2 yards short of the first down. Bring up 2nd and short.
Another nice run by Harris after being stopped on his last 2. I've been enjoying this game a lot more than last week's, not having to sit out in the cold. And we also have our own setup. We don't have to be sitting in the stands as well.
It's it's kind of nice. We have our own privilege here at home. As Moran takes snap, going to throw a fade to Randall. That goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it's too much on it there.
It's going to bring up 4th down. Or 3rd down, excuse me. Close to field goal range. Guillory had a bounce back week with field goals last week. Maybe if we don't get it here, they'll go with him and try it.
Yeah, he went 5 for 5 on PATs last week.
Motion Glennez. They roll Moran out right. He has 4 men in the backfield with him, and he gets pushed out at the 22.
Yeah, that was definitely not the play call. Ridgeview had about basically their whole team just all over. Was unable to get anything. That brings them back for a loss of 6 or 7.
Yeah, and the offense is going to stay onto the field. Out of Guillory's range.
They were able to convert on the last 4th down. We're about to see if they're able to do it again.
Timeout on BCHS, so the Eagles lead 2-0 with 7:48 to go. We'll be right back after this.
Special thank you to our friends at Bakersfield Chrysler Jeep Kia for providing the beautiful Jeeps homecoming court tonight. We are thanking Team Joiner Trucking, JCC Logistics, National Transportation, and Breeze Transport for supplying our trailers and drivers as well. Homecoming courts are not possible without their generous support.
And here we go, 4th and 11. Moran takes a snap, throws up for Jurasik, and incomplete. Just out of the reach of his big, tall tight end. They're going to turn over the ball back to Ridgeview.
Ridgeview will take over on downs.
Pretty much the only spot you can throw it, but there's just no way you'd be able to catch that.
Thought he had it. Thought he could throw it up to his big tight end. Could not.
Just a little too much on it.
A little too high. We haven't really seen Jurasik do that much this year, going up and getting those balls, but he's definitely a deep threat at tight end. Enzo takes a snap, hands it off to Allen. Allen gets brought down at the 24, but 2 flags are in the backfield, and then I'm going to say 99% of the time this is holding.
Yeah, a lot of holding penalties this season.
It is holding, and now back him up 10 yards. They're going to move the ball back to the 17. Or excuse me, the 13. First and 19 for Ridgeview. Henzo, the quarterback. Has two men to his left. Takes a snap, pump fakes. They're going to throw. And that's almost intercepted by Glenn. Almost had his first interception of the year. Overthrew his receiver, Zegan Grafid. Hard name to say.
Yeah, that could have been a huge play for the Eagles. Get the ball back with a great field position. It's not the case, and Ridgeview has another chance here on second and long.
Second and 19 coming up. Motion of man. They hand it up to Allen up the middle, and he's stuffed.
It's a perfect word, just stuffed by Annenberg. He's already had a couple tackles this game.
Stopped him right at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 19 for Ridgeview, all the way back at their own 13. Motions Allen out to his left, has two men to his right. Takes a snap, fakes it. He's going to throw deep, and that goes out of bounds. 4th and 19 coming up.
Good stop there by the Eagles. They've been doing great all night on defense.
Yeah, the punting team's going to come out for Ridgeview. It's the first time we've seen them come out with 6:31 to go here in the second quarter. Eagles lead 2-0.
Yeah, it's weird, even though Ridgeview doesn't have any points, that this is just the first time they're punting the ball. But with the strip sack and a couple of short yardage opportunities, Ridgeview hasn't had the chance to punt.
High snap. Good kick. As it bounces all the way up to the 45 of Bakersfield Christian, and that's where the offense is going to come onto the field.
Eagles looked like they started to have something going on offense, but they were able to convert on their first 4th down, not the second. And with 6:20, let's see if they can start getting something going.
Yeah, Moran's going to come back on the field. I saw Gamboni warming up, put on his helmet, but Jake Moran's still coming onto the field.
Yeah, the Eagles are prone to get off to very slow starts. We're seeing another one here tonight as they only have 2 points, but the good news is that Ridgeview doesn't have any. Harris will get about 2 yards on that carry.
Yeah, it'll make it 2nd and 6, it looks like. They're going to spot it right on the Eagle, the center of the field. As you notice, the Eagle has a little bit of pink on it. The end zone has pink and white stripes. Flags are pink. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month in full effect. As Moran throws that one for a gain about 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Last year, did they have the pink flags?
I don't believe so.
So it was something new.
Definitely a new change.
And we're like halfway through October already. The first time we're seeing this.
Yeah, it's the only home game in October for the Eagles. Check us next week as we travel to Independence. And the following week we'll be at Golden Valley. Third and 5. Moran takes a snap, throws. That's caught by Wallace. Actually falls incomplete. Had to come back on that one. And the Eagles are going to punt now with 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it would have been short of the first down anyways, so nothing really lost there. going on.
Punting team out. Blumhoff gets it away. His last punt was outstanding. This one bounces.
Takes another nice bounce.
Yeah, it bounces all the way to the 5. Last time Ridgeview was backed up this deep into their territory, they had a safety. That's why the score is 2-0. Ben Urosic was able to get by the lineman with that swim move, force a fumble into the end zone for a safety. Let's see if the Eagles can repay for that right now.
Yeah, we really, coming into this game, expected a lot more scoring. But that has not been the case at all. And it's actually been moving this game along pretty quickly.
As Hinzo hands it up to Allen. Allen almost gets free, but he gets a gain of 12 on that one for a first down.
Nice job by the Eagles to stop that big play of grabbing its jersey at the last second.
Yeah,
It's only giving up 12.
Just had one man to beat, and he was gone. Instead, 1st and 10 from their own 19. Takes a snap, throws it to right. Right trying to get away, and he gets brought down deep. Flag is down.
Might be some hands to the face.
And it is hands to the face by Ridgeview.
Called it.
Good job, Kyle.
Wasn't that hard. It's pretty obvious.
So proud of you.
Penalty is declined. Take the result of the play. Backs him up to the 10-yard line.
And they're going to decline it.
Still backs him up. 2nd and 18 now for the Wolfpack. Takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw, steps up, trying to get away, and he gets brought down inside the 5-yard line.
Looked like he was going to get brought down by Urosic, but it was eventually taken down by Jordan Phillips, who was right there after Hinzo was able to evade Urosic. And it'll bring up a third and 24.
Third and 24 inside their own 5. And Ridgeview is going to burn their last time out now with 3:23 to go here in the second. Eagles lead 2-0. We'll be right back after this.
Special thank you to our silver, gold, platinum, and titanium Eagles clubs, members and sponsors. Your generous involvement helps our athletes soar. We're reading these throughout the night. Mission Bank, Clifford Bradford Insurance, Blue Stack Provisions for Men, Dreamwave, John Ball Bank Homes, Ravens Turkey Awards. It's more day.
And we're back. Actually, it's just me. Kyle had to go back down because he's going to be on the float tonight for the sophomores. As Hinzo gets brought down inside the 1. It's not going to be a safety, but it'll mark it at the 1. It's going to be 4th down from very deep into their territory.
Looks like Ben Rossick was first to the pile there.
Ben Jurasic was the one that hit him. Ridgeview's going to punt from their own end zone. Wallace back at his own, at Ridgeview's 39. Looks like the Eagles are going to have fantastic field position with 2:30 to go. Gets the punt away and takes it. Eagles bounce to the 25.
25-yard line. Eagles take it over 1st and 10. Here for the defense once again.
Eagles come back onto the field after not being able to convert on 4th down. Moran tried to go up for his big tight end. Jurasic could not hit him. Now here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25. Harris in the backfield with Moran. Takes the snap. Hands it to Harris. And Harris gets stuffed. Almost got free, but there only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd and 10 now. Harris just tried to run up the middle, could not find anything. Almost slipped away. Doesn't find it. Harris has had a decent night tonight. As Moran takes a snap, handed to Harris once again. Harris goes up the middle and gets about 4. And the Eagles are going to take a timeout, so we'll be right back after this. Eagles lead 2-0 with 1:41 to go here in the 2nd. Third and 6 for this Eagles offense. Moran throws, caught by Jurasic, sheds a tackle, and gets the 1st down. Great job by Moran to hit Jurasic on the right. He was able to shed a tackle, get the 1st down. 1:34 to go, Eagles lead 2-0. Moran has 3 to the right, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Harris in the backfield with him, takes a snap, hands it to Harris. Harris up the middle, and he gets stuffed. Gets hit hard after gaining about 2. As we see the floats coming around. He's about to get ready for homecoming. Stay tuned during halftime. Got our homecoming celebrations going on. Moran, shotgun formation, takes a snap, hands it to Harris. Harris cuts back right, gets about 4 right there. As the clock ticks under a minute now. 3rd and 4 coming up now for the Eagles. Moran fakes the handoff, throws right, almost intercepted, incomplete. Glenn wanted a flag there, will not get it. Fourth and 4. And the Eagles are going to call their last timeout to talk this one over with. The 23 seconds to go. Eagles lead 2-0. We'll be right back after this. Fourth and 4 from the 8 for the Eagles. Moran, the quarterback, has Harris in the backfield with him. He also has 3 men to the left, 1 to the right. Jurasik is the tight end. Takes a snap, looking, throws it in the middle for Jurasik. He dives, and that's incomplete. So Ridgeview is going to take over now with 18 seconds to go. They might just run it here. They have no timeouts. And they're deep in their territory to end this first half.
Fullback will take over on downs with 18 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to take a knee. They do. So that'll do it for the first half. Eagles lead 2-0. We'll be right back after halftime. Don't forget to watch. We got our homecoming floats coming by. We'll be right back after this.
We'll start right away with our homecoming festivities.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it was the time you've been waiting for. It's halftime, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. We got a halftime show coming up for you just in a few minutes. One, two, three. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BCHS Homecoming. It's been a busy week for the Eagles as they're producing cartoons. Tonight we are pleased to have 3 BCHS alumni as judges for up close. First up, Liz Salinas. Liz graduated in 2010 and is currently teaching 3rd grade at Stein Elementary. Second, we have Shelby Parker. Shelby graduated in 2010 and currently works at CSUB as Public Affairs Coordinator. Lastly, we have Anna Salinas, who graduated in 2013 from BCHS and is working for LA. The freshman club, ladies and gentlemen, BCHS graduate Phineas and third, live in the house, brought to you by Fabulous Freshmen. There's 104 days of summer vacation starting. High school comes along to end it. So the annual problem for our class of 2022 is finding a great way to spend it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for a freshman! Look here. Here come the Smurfalicious sophomores. Papa, Clumsy, Brady, Smurfette, Hefty, Vanity, Handy, Chef, Jokey, Artsy, and Gutsy Smurf. They invite you to sit back, relax, and join in with them as the Smurf the whole day long. And remember, the next time you're feeling blue, just let us smile again, because happy things will come to you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the class of 2021. Let's hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's welcome the class of 2021, the Smurfalicious Sophomores. makes you want to be a sophomore. With the juniors, you'll have a Yabba Dabba Dude sign. You'll have a Yabba Dabba Blue Old sign. Let's hear it for our juniors. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the juniors. Yabba dabba doo. What do you think about homecoming this year? Yes, here they come, ladies and gentlemen. It appears to be the seniors. As the Mystery Incorporated gang of 2019 fight off the ghosts of SAT Prep, the vampires of the Haunted Mansion, and the werewolves of Crystal Cove. Who is that villain under the mask? Ladies and gentlemen, it is your seniors. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen, we got it. We are working on it. Let's hear it for those seniors. Here we go. homecoming court. Let's take a look at our 2017 homecoming king, Braden Wingle. Braden is attending Bakersfield College and is playing football for the Renegades. Aubrey Wingle, our 2017 homecoming queen, was not able to attend this evening. Miss Wingle is currently attending Grand Canyon University. Let's hear it for our 2017 homecoming court. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our freshman reps. Sarah 2. Sarah is currently running for BCHS cross country and plans to play soccer. She is also a member of the Honors Academy, the Art Club, the Mission Club, the Travel Club, and the Creative Writing Club. Sarah's favorite Bible verse is 1 Corinthians 16:14. Let's hear it for Sarah. Zale Tanner Smith is currently plays JV football. He's also part of the BCHS show choir and plans to be in the spring musical. Zale's favorite Bible verse is John 14:27. Let's hear it for our freshman reps. All right, let's meet our sophomore reps. Princess Hannah Lynn James. Hannah currently runs for BCHS cross country team and track and field team. Hannah's favorite Bible passage is Psalm 23. And our prince is Tyler Bradford Ronk. Tyler is currently a member of the BCHS football team, the wrestling team, and the swim team. Tyler's favorite Bible verse is Joshua 1:9. Let's hear it for our sophomore reps. All right, let's meet our junior reps. Princess Taylor Mary Neuger. Taylor is currently a member of BCHS varsity cheer and is in her third year of cheering on for the Eagles. She has been an active participant in the BCHS spring musicals with roles in Mulana, Bye Bye Birdie, and Beauty and the Beast. Taylor's favorite Bible verse is Philippians 1:6. Nathan Schmidt is our prince. Nathan plays football, basketball, swim, and is co-captain of the dive team. He is also a member of the BHS Spiritual Life team. Nathan has served for the past 2 years at the key event and is an active member of his youth group at St. John's and enjoys teaching Sunday school to elementary students on Sunday mornings. Nathan's favorite Bible verse is James 1:2-3. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our senior king and queen nominees. In car number 1, we've got Trenton Brock Sarcy. Trenton currently serves as president of the Rock and Roll Club and co-president of the Comic Book Club. He was a previous member of the BCHS robotics team. Trent's favorite Bible verse is Isaiah 46:8. Skylar Elizabeth Blair. Skylar is currently active in the BCHS Art Club and serves as president. She is also involved with BCHS cheer and softball. Skylar is also active in community service around Bakersfield. Her favorite Bible verse is Proverbs 35:25. Let's hear it for Skylar and Trent. In car number 2, we've got Uday St. Bernie. Uday is currently serves as senior class vice president of the American Chemical Society Club, and runs for BCHS cross country and serves as the team captain. He is also a member of the Medical and Photography Club, Red Cross Stand-Up to Counselor Club. Uday's favorite Bible verse is Romans 12:2. Michelle Holly Paw. Michelle currently serves as senior class president, previously served on ASB for 2 years as commissioner of academics. She is the founder and president of the club Operation Warmth, which makes handmade blankets for neglected and abused children. She has served for 2 years on the academic advisory committee. She also ran for BCHS varsity cross country, served as team captain before her injury. She has also been a member of BCHS cheer, varsity track, and may also see Michelle around campus helping the key event, this cash day, back to school night, and all the her favorite Bible verse is Romans 8:38-39. Ladies and gentlemen, car number 3, Catherine Grace Ball fans. Catherine is currently a member of the BCHS varsity volleyball and serves as floor captain. She has played volleyball all 4 years for BCHS and has played on the varsity since her sophomore year. She has also served as ASB since her sophomore year. She is currently the co-commissioner of the rally. She was the sophomore class vice president, commissioner of technology. She is the founder and the president of the Donate to Life Club. Catherine's favorite Bible of the verse is Proverbs 19:20-21. And Tate Alexander Egenberg. Tate is currently a member of the BCHS varsity football team. His favorite Bible verse is Jeremiah 29:11. Ladies and gentlemen, it has come to that moment. Are you all ready to find out who is our homecoming king and homecoming queen? And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the king of 2018 homecoming is Tate Egenberg. And ladies and gentlemen, joining Tate as the queen is Catherine Balfan. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You have your homecoming king and queen, Tate and Catherine. Let's give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank you for coming out. We hope you've enjoyed this halftime show. We got another half of great football to be presented to you. Let's cheer on those Eagles.
Definitely fun. 0-0.
Would you rather ban Joe Buck or Angel Hernandez?
Angel Hernandez. I always mute Joe Buck.
Angel Hernandez, you get like 3 bad calls a game. are back for the second half of football. Eagles lead by a score of 2-0. Definitely not what we were expecting. Kyle, tell us about this first half.
Not a lot of offense is what was going on in this first half. We saw some glimpses from both sides, but really not anything. The only thing worth noting is the 2 points on the board by the Eagles, which was forced off of a strip sack by Ben Urosic. And then the Eagles were able to tackle a Ridgeview lineman in the end zone to get the 2 points. Then other than that, it's been a lot of defense, a lot of bad plays on offense, and that's pretty much been how this game's been going. The good news is that the game's been moving along quite quickly. And another good news for the Eagles is that they are much more of a second-half team, and they do have a lead, so that could definitely help them out here.
Yeah, and they will receive. They elected to kick first, or they were able to kick first, depending on how you look at it.
The score is more what I thought the Brewers-Dodgers score would be than this game.
Yeah, the Brewers are leading the Dodgers 6-4. It's going into the ninth inning right now. Dodgers have one last shot in Milwaukee. Kyle, you nervous?
No.
Yeah. You think they can pull off the comeback?
I got to see who's up to bat, and then I'll make my decision.
As that kick goes booming into the end zone.
Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback.
But the Dodgers just need to win one on the road, and they'll be fine. So I'm not really that nervous. I would have liked to win with Kershaw on the mound. He definitely did not have his best night.
But Kershaw isn't really a postseason pitcher.
He pitched good in Game 2 in the DS.
I'll admit, in recent years, he's done better.
He's done better. He only had one bad game last year, and it was in Game 5 of the World Series.
Right.
Other than that, he was great all the rest of the postseason. And then this is his one bad game so far. He's only pitched 2. But if we're going based off of last year and how he only had the one bad game, then got to get it out of the way in the CS, not the World Series.
As Harris gets about 7 on that carry, able to weave his way through traffic. But like I was saying, is that in recent years he's done okay. Last year he played great. Years before that,
he didn't pitch great.
I just remember Matt Adams' home run against Clayton Kershaw in the DS a couple years ago, and I just explained what playoff Clayton Kershaw was.
Yeah, but Kershaw now doesn't have as much pressure on him because our lineup is just so much better. We definitely have the best depth in the entire MLB. We can really put whoever in the lineup and they'll produce most of the time.
As Harris gets yards there.
There's a football game. But I feel like the Astros are still the team to beat.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, I said the Astros would play the Dodgers in the World Series, but I also said I thought the Brewers had a chance to challenge the Dodgers. That they do here in the NLCS. As Moran takes a snap, looking to go deep, has Wallace, and comes back and takes it. What a play! Defender. He runs up the sideline and gets pushed out inside the 5. What a play by Alan Wallace. Whoa. For a second, I thought that was intercepted. Wallace came down, took it away from the defender, and then shed the tackle and ran all the way up the sideline.
That was crazy. Looked like the ball was underthrown. Looked like it was going to be Moran's second of the game. But Wallace fights for it. Makes a huge play.
That was probably the most exciting play we've seen.
Well, yeah, we've only had one score, and it was a safety, so definitely the most exciting play we've had all night.
As Moran takes a step, hands up to Harris, through the middle, gets maybe 3 there as a flag comes in. Wow. Alex Wallace.
Finally providing some excitement. There's a player down for the Eagles.
Looks like Anthony Gayton is down. And it's a personal foul against Ridgeview. So that'll give the Eagles even more yards.
Good thing we stopped talking about baseball right in time.
Yeah, but with this injury timeout, we can talk baseball some more.
Let's keep talking about it.
I think the Red Sox-Astros series is going to be a phenomenal series, just like the Dodgers and Brewers.
Yeah. I feel like the Astros are kind of like the Warriors of the NBA. You know, come on now.
No.
How are they not?
I mean,
they arguably have the best lineup.
Yes,
1 through 9 or 1 through 8 is probably one of the best, or actually 1 through 9 because they're in the AL.
But a lot of their team is homegrown compared to.
Yeah, that's true. But still, it's like I feel like they're both like the two dominant teams, and like everyone else is trying to chase them right now.
Yeah, the Astros have been phenomenal this year. But how about the Red Sox? But as Mr. Chai said, if I got to play the Orioles a bunch of times in the year, I'd have over 100 wins like that.
Yeah, you're guaranteed at least probably like, I don't know how many times they play them, but probably like 10 wins just against the Orioles. But they'll provide a challenge, but as long as David Price is pitching, there's at least one loss for the Red Sox.
David Price is not a postseason pitcher.
No, he is not.
Almost like his name is Clayton Kershaw.
Clayton Kershaw is definitely a better pitcher overall and in the postseason.
As Moran takes one under center, hands to Harris. Harris trying to get some yards. Gets about 2 and bring up 2nd and 2 from the 2.
I was looking at Baseball Reference. I was looking at the lowest ERAs ever. Clayton Kershaw is 23rd on that list, and the only people above him are Mariano Rivera and a couple people whose pictures are in black and white. So I feel like that's how good he is.
Is that postseason?
No, it's career. It's career ERA.
Okay, does career ERA matter into the postseason?
Yes. Because your whole career, postseason is part of your career.
How many rings does Clayton Kershaw have?
He's going to have 1 after this year.
Are you that confident?
I feel like we have a good shot. If we can win tonight in Milwaukee, I feel like we 100% go to the World Series. You know, if we lose, then it starts to get iffy. But the Brewers have no starting pitching. So that's going to help us out. They're going to have to go deep into their bullpen.
Corbin Burns.
Bakersfield native. And if this series goes 6 or 7 games, those Brewers bullpen arms are going to be worn out. So that could definitely advantage the Dodgers, who are having their starters go deeper into games.
Still 6-4 for the Brewers over the Dodgers. As Harris plows his way in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles!
We finally have our first touchdown of the game, courtesy of Dante Harris. And the Eagles look like are showing why they are a second-half team, already getting on the board early in this third quarter.
As confetti flies on us.
Looks like they are going to go for 2, put them up 10. I agree with the choice because 9 points doesn't really give you much, especially in high school, maybe in college and NFL. The kickers being able to hit a couple field goals.
So Moran's going to go out of shotgun, hand to Harris up the middle, and he runs his way in for the 2-point conversion. Extends the lead to 10-0 with 9:36 to go. Eagles lead. Finally get back to a normal score.
Yeah.
Great drive. Big play by Alex Wallace to go up and get it. Fantastic all around.
Yeah, great drive by the Eagles. After the big play by Wallace, and then they were able to just punch it in with Harris.
Brewery to kick off. Just so you know, the Brewers starter today went 2 innings.
Yeah. Gio Gonzalez. If we can play against him every game,
It's crazy
I like our
that he was
chances.
starting game 1.
Yeah.
He was all right with.
Well, he only pitched 2 innings. If he would pitch a couple more, I feel like it would be a completely different ball game.
They could always do like the A's and try to pitch bullpen the entire game.
It can work in the regular season, but once it comes postseason time, I feel like it's not going to be the most effective strategy.
As Alexander Williams plows his way inside the 35, up closer to the 40.
Yeah, made a couple moves and even had a stiff arm. Nice return there.
Ridgeview will come back with their offense. Haven't had anything going, but they do have Taj Wright on their team. He's very explosive.
Yeah, he's already had a couple big plays in this game, but just not the ones that Ridgeview has needed to put them on the board, as they're going to run a double reverse.
To Wright. Wright's trying to reverse field, spins and gets out. Gets positive yardage out of that. Stops, spun, and is able to get past the defender there.
Yeah, made a nice spin move there. Was able to get something out of it.
Yeah, some positive yardage indeed. They spotted at the 40. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Wolfpack. Henzo, the quarterback, has Wright with him. They're going to hand it to him. Wright trying to bounce it out, and he gets brought down. Taj Wright loses yards there.
Big tackle there for the Eagles. Bring up a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, Randy Raymond with the tackle. Came back after injury. Kid's got a lot of heart.
Yeah, he's been out a couple games. First missed 2 games due to a dislocated shoulder, then another one due to concussion.
He has a touchdown rushing earlier.
While concussed.
While concussed, we didn't know. But good job for Randy. As Henzo takes it, he steps up. He's going to scramble. And Phillips hits him, and Edinburgh finishes it.
Again, the Eagles looking great on defense. And Ridgeview looks to be sending out their punt team. And the Eagles will get off the field.
Yeah, good start for the Eagles.
Chris Taylor is tripled in the top of the 9th to make the score 6-5.
Definitely keep an eye on that Dodgers-Brewers game.
2 outs though, so.
As Wallace bobbles it, but comes down with it after the fair catch.
Oh, and a yellow flag has appeared.
Whoa.
Wow, not expecting to see one of those tonight.
Probably the second biggest surprise of the night, other than the first half score being 2-0. Is Clayton Kershaw your favorite Dodger?
I really like Justin Turner a lot. Gritty, the Philadelphia Flyers mascot. Really like him. Probably Turner's probably my favorite Dodger.
I like Turner because he has red hair.
Yeah, you can relate. And then I really like almost all our guys.
I'm a Giants fan, but I like Kike Hernandez.
I love Kike too. I don't know Chase Utley's son, Kike Hernandez.
I liked Brandon Morrow, but then you let him go. Holding on, the Eagles declined. Or actually, a personal foul is going to back him up.
Also, the Eagles were accepted.
Oh, my guy is up to bat. Justin Turner.
2 outs, top of the 9th, man on third for Turner.
Hey, we've seen him come in clutch in big-time situations like Game 1 of the World Series.
Max Muncie's on deck for Nebel. As Moran and the offense come onto the field. Moran takes snap, fakes the handoff. Looking to go deep, throws to Harris, and Harris drops it. Had him open, thought about running before he caught it.
Could have been a big play for the Eagles. Instead, they're still at their own 15-yard line. And it'll bring up second down.
Second down and 10 from their own 15. Moran has 4 wideouts. Takes the snap. Scrambles left. He's going to run it and gets positive yards there. Gets about 2, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 8. Still keeping an eye on the Dodger game. Eagles lead 10-0 with 6:48 to go.
Yeah, you could be watching the Dodger game right now. Just mute the TV and then listen to us talk about the game. If you don't want to listen to Joe Buck. So, Knight, you would rather ban Joe Buck than Angel Hernandez?
Depends.
And
It's a hard decision.
well, won't be talking about the game anymore because the Brewers won 6-5, and another dropped pass by the Eagles.
Yeah, old reliable Myron Randall drops that one, and the punting team's going to come out.
Two missed opportunities there by the Eagles.
So how confident are you the Dodgers will make the World Series now?
I'm still
win the World Series.
I'm still fairly confident we'll make it. Winning it will be a challenge. It depends what happens in the Red Sox-Astros series, I feel like.
As good punt. Takes an Eagles bounce inside the 35, and it's going to stop at the 32.
Senior Caleb Blumhoff has had 3 really nice punts tonight. He's been getting a lot of action due to the lack of offense from the Eagles.
Yeah, Clayton Kershaw gets the loss. Unfortunately for you. 6:31 to go. Eagles lead 10-0. Ridgeview's coming onto the field. Taj Wright, we've been able to contain him. As Hinzo takes the snap, hands it off to Allen, and Allen powers his way for a couple yards there, bring up second and median. Kyle, how was it being on the float?
I wasn't technically on the float. I was on like the ground level, and it was fun. I had the confetti launchers or whatever, launched that off. Then I had a couple candies in my pockets. Ooh, as number 8,
Zion Hall with the carry. Gets up to the 50 for a first down for Ridgeview, and their offense is finally getting something going.
Yeah, they finally been their first big gain probably all this quarter so far. And yeah, getting back to my story, had a couple of candies. I threw one as far as I could, hit the press box from down on the field. I also hit a parent.
Oh.
So if you are listening to this game and you were hit by a candy during the sophomore float, That was probably me, and I apologize.
As Allen gets a couple of yards there, bring up 2nd and 8. Definitely see about those results coming up later on.
I feel like the sophomores had the best looking float. I don't know how all the dances went. So there's a flag on the play and a couple moves by number 4.
Allen is taking it up inside the 25, but like we said, there are some flags.
Yeah, Ridgeview finally starting to get something going on offense here. It looks like it might be called back. The Eagles might catch a break.
And holding is against Ridgeview. That for sure will back him up.
Yeah, Ridgeview needs all the yards they can get because they've been struggling all night on offense. And it looked like they finally started to get it going. No penalty. The pink flag is on the field. Let's get called back.
Good to see another pink flag on the field, not the yellow one.
Yeah. I don't know where the yellow one came from. I don't even know where the pink ones came from.
Yeah. Didn't know they made pink flags.
I didn't either, but apparently they do. Do you think we'll be seeing any pink flags tomorrow during college football or during the NFL Sunday?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm going to go with probably
not.
Probably not. Oh, as a fumble.
And Ridgeview's lucky to come down with it. They actually gained a yard on the play as it was kicked over. Dalen DeGraffin Reed. That's a chunk full of a name.
The ball nutmegged a couple of the Eagles. They were able to get a yard out of it. So there's the player down. Looks to be number 3, Myron Randall. He'll get up.
Limp to the sideline as Randy Raymond has checked into the game. Raymond had a nice tackle against Taj Wright. Ridgeview thought the timeout was going to be longer. They marched all the way to the sideline, and now they have to come on out.
Yeah, not a lot to discuss for them. And a big third down coming up here for Ridgeview.
3rd and 4 from the 45. Hinzo takes a snap. He rolls left, throws, and that's cut. Makes a move and gets inside the 35-yard line. Anthony Ramirez with the catch and run, and that gives Ridgeview a first down.
Yeah, Ridgeview has finally started to be able to get it to their playmakers and athletes, and they've been able to show off their athleticism, make a couple moves, gain some extra yards, and keep this drive going as this third quarter is almost over as they're down 10-0.
Yeah, 10-0 Eagles. 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter as he hands off up the middle, and he gets all the way up inside the 20-yard line. Alexander Williams with that carry gives Ridgeview a first down, and their offense is rolling.
The Eagles had looked so great on defense so far, and now Ridgeview is finally exploiting the gaps, taking advantage of it after a slow first half.
Takes a snap, handed off up the middle for Alexander Williams, and Williams gets inside the 15 up to the 12er. Jurasic with the tackle. Enzo takes the snap, throws, and that's cut for a first down.
The Ridgeview offense has started to finally find its groove here. As officials are discussing the flag on the play.
And they're going to wave it off. A lot of times when they talk for that long, they're going to wave it off. That's just what they do.
Yeah, we've already seen 2 now waved off in this game. And Ridgeview will have 1st and goal from the 8-yard line, looking to put up their first points of the game.
First ball for the Wolfpack in the 8.
First and goal from the 8. Hinzo takes a snap. Hit as he threw to right. Right goes. Gets a couple. Pink flag is on the field.
2 pink flags. Guessing the same thing.
Hinzo looks to be in some pain.
Yeah, got hit as soon as he threw the ball.
Illegal shift on Ridgeview. And then holding on Ridgeview. And that'll back him up even further than the illegal shift. Bring up 1st and goal from even farther.
Definitely hurts Ridgeview's drive as they were really starting to really move the ball on offense. Penalties could be a killer. And we've already seen a couple penalties derail a couple of Ridgeview's earlier drives as well.
As he is stuffed.
Just had nowhere to go.
Loses 2 on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 20-something.
Yeah, there's 3 Eagles all over him.
Second and goal.
2nd and goal from the 22. Hinzo takes a snap. He's going to throw a fade. And that sails out of bounds, but 2 penalty flags are in.
Yeah, it's going to looks to be pass interference. A lot of contact.
That'll move the ball up to the 7 if it is. At this moment, we'd like to congratulate Tate Edinburgh and Catherine Ball fans for winning the homecoming king and queen today. BCHS legend Braden Wingle was here to pass on the crown.
It's in the building.
He's gray shirting at Bakersfield College right now.
Yep, pass interference.
They're actually gonna move it to the 12, so not as bad as I thought it would be.
But still, the Eagles caught a break with the holding penalty, only to get a penalty of their own.
2nd and goal from the 11 now. Hinzo takes a snap. He throws and almost intercepted. Receiver cut in, defensive back went out, just out of the reach.
Yeah, there's some miscommunication there for Ridgeview. It was thrown just out of the reach, like you said, the Eagle defender. It'll bring up 3rd down with Ridgeview trying to get their first points of the game.
3rd and goal from the 11. Wright is in the slot as Hinzo takes the snap, steps up as he's pressured, and he's getting brought down for a sack.
That's the type of Eagles defense we've been seeing all night long. And it looks like Ridgeview is going to send out the kicking team to get themselves 3 points. And a great stop there by the Eagles to limit the damage and potentially just hold them to 3 points.
Enzo will hold. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is good.
As it knocks down a chair at the Eagle alumni.
Powerful kick. Makes the score Eagles 10, Ridgeview 3 with 13 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We got a tight one.
Gonna have the Eagles offense coming back onto the field after they had 2 dropped passes on the last drive. And really killed it after they had the momentum of the 3 and out and the touchdown.
Ridgeview to kick it off. Homecoming game for the Eagles. They lead 10-3. Wallace and Harris back deep. Short kick, bounces, live ball as Harris jumps onto it.
Could have been a disaster. It was luckily avoided.
Yeah, we had that happen to us against West. We kicked a kickoff. They let it bounce thinking that it was like a punt where they just down it, but the Eagles recovered and were able to take over that ball.
Yeah, it looked to be the same thing happening there.
So the Eagles will have the ball at their own 15, leading by 7. Last offensive possession, they scored a touchdown in key with a big play by Alex Wallace. Moran takes a snap, hands it off. Harris bouncing it outside, and he gets pushed out of bounds.
Ian Harris, and they've given him the ball. He's always got positive yardage, except for maybe 1 or 2 times. Again, having a nice night and a nice season for the Eagles.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't been the explosiveness that we've seen from him this season. Nevertheless, we only have 13 points on the board here in the third quarter, and this is very, very different than what we've seen. As Moran takes a snap, rolls left. He's going to keep it and get some yards there. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. So the Eagles lead 10-3 after 3. We'll be right back after this.
Just to the end of the third quarter. Eagles 10, Ridgeview 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got float results.
Okay.
Coming in fourth place, let's welcome the juniors. In third place, we have the freshmen.
I wanted third place.
That means we're between the sophomores and the seniors. Coming in first place for homecoming this year is in first place the senior. Which means the sophomores come in second place. Congratulations.
That's okay.
Okay, we also want you to check your calendar. because on Thursday, the 29th, November 20th, we'll be having our first annual air band competition. That's Thursday, November 29th, 7 p.m. Sign-ups Wednesday, October 17th at lunchtime at the table by the student union. Sign up, get your air band acts going. We are good.
So if you didn't hear that announcement, the seniors came in first place with the floats. Sophomores in second. Sorry, Kyle.
Okay, our float, all right, I'm going to just say it. Our float was definitely better than the seniors. I didn't really see the dance, but they were doing some, like, stuff that didn't really relate to Scooby-Doo, so I don't know how they got points for the dance. So I don't know how they won, except just for the fact that they're seniors, and apparently our school just loves that senior class for whatever reason. And so, yeah, I feel like we were rigged, but what can you do? We were definitely better. Everyone said it, so I don't know what happened, but I'm a little pissed, gonna be honest. That's that.
Not enough money, as Mr. Thiessen would say.
In the words of Nate Thiessen, it's all about money. And apparently the seniors had the most of it this year. And yeah, his actual point was money to bribe the judges, and I gotta imagine that's what happened. Because our float was like 10 times better than theirs.
I thought your guys' float was amazing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the freshmen came in third, and the juniors came in fourth. Sad day for my junior class.
There's always next year.
As Allen gets a couple there, plows his way up close to the marker. Be second and short.
Someone's got to assume the fourth place mantle after that class of 2018 left. 4 consecutive fourth place finishes in the float competition.
Yeah, but I really wanted third place. I'm going to be honest. We got third place my freshman year and my sophomore year, so if we got third place again, I was hoping to go 4 years straight of third place.
That was nice. Right now, our class, the sophomore class, is on pace to get 4 second place finishes as well.
I think it'd be funny if you got another second place finish next year, and then the following year you finally got your first place.
Yeah.
Your senior year.
It eventually happens. Should have been this year. I don't know who I had to talk to about that, but I will.
Nate Thiessen, because it's all about money.
Nate Thiessen, if you watched our game day from
yesterday.
Yeah, from yesterday. Nate Thiessen picked with his heart over his head and picked the Giants to beat the Eagles.
And Mr. Chai chose the Giants.
Yes, Mr. Chai also chose the Giants.
He said, I believe in Saquon.
And Saquon had a really nice game.
Yes, Saquon had 226 yards. But it's the Giants.
Yeah, it's the Giants. Their defense isn't that good. Their offensive line is trash. Eli is, I'm going to say, washed up at this point. And then I don't know what Odell's doing, but they should just give him the ball and Saquon the whole time.
The only way the Giants win is if they start Odell at quarterback. The quote from yesterday. Coach Carr's talking with the officials right now. Mr. Chai went 4-4 last week.
Rough week. He said it was going to be the first ever 8-0 week.
And he said that about this week, too. He was like, this is my 8-0 week. The Giants lost.
Didn't happen. There's
always next week, Mr. Chai.
It's always next week.
But here's the thing, is that Mr. Chai is trying to convince me that he's the smartest sports talking teacher I've ever had. But I don't know if I can just
based off of record, I believe it'd be Mr. Ward at this point.
Yeah, at this point, Mr. Ward
would be the smartest one you've had as a teacher.
We're going to have Mr. Ward, Mr. Chai, and Mr. Thiessen all on next week.
Should be interesting as Jordan Phillip is walking off the field. He's had a couple tackles tonight for the Eagles.
Yeah, don't forget to tune in next Thursday around 12:50, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, around there.
For our game day. It's a lot of fun making some football picks. As Alexander Williams plows his way, gets the first down, escapes some tackles.
Looked like there might have been a horse collar, but the Eagles won't get penalized for that, as Ridgeview gets a first down and is looking to be in prime position to tie this game up at 10.
Clock's rolling down. Eagles lead by 7. 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Enzo, the quarterback, takes a snap, hands it off. Allen jukes his way up for a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6.
I'd like to point out that yesterday you picked that UCLA, who is currently sitting at 0-5. It's going to beat Cal, who was just previously ranked.
Cal is coming off 2 losses. They lost to Arizona last week. UCLA played a fantastic game against Washington. UCLA has statistically played better at California Memorial Stadium. I'm just hoping this week is the week the Bruins finally break that.
It could be, but it won't.
It's really hard for me because I felt really pressured by Chai to pick the Bruins.
You can do whatever you want. Apparently he finally convinced you to pick them. We've picked the UCLA game every week just for Mr. Chai, and it has always given us 2 a win and Mr. Chai a loss on our records. But this week it's going to be a little different after Ridgeview is called for the false start.
As Allen gets a big run, he gets a first down. He's up to the 9. Yeah, I guess that's my big upset pick of the week.
It's an upset, all right. And Ridgeview is driving. Looks like they're going to tie up this game with about 9 minutes left in this fourth quarter. But the last time they were in the red zone, BCHS were helped out by a couple penalties. Were able to stop them as
Alexander Williams gets close to the goal line. It's going to be marked short. They're going to mark him at the 1. The 2nd and goal from the 1. 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, looks like a fumble.
Eagles think they have it. And they don't. Ridgeview has it.
Could have been a huge break for the Eagles and keep their 7-point lead in this fourth quarter. But it'll bring up 3rd down instead, and Ridgeview survives a scare.
Yeah, 3rd down and 3. Bleachers are shaking right now. Takes a snap. And he gets stuffed. Nothing. Eagles hold them.
Nice defensive effort by the Eagles to stop him short. It'll bring up 4th down. You got to assume with the chance to tie this game up that the Wolfpack is going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to do that. And Ridgeview going to burn their first time out of the half. So we'll be right back after this. Eagles lead 10-3. .7:20 to go. Eagles lead 10-3. 4th and 4 from the 4. Bleachers are shaking. Ridgeview in some confusion. And they're going to burn their second timeout once again.
If you're Ridgeview, you really got to score off of this because you've burned 2 timeouts now.
Very costly.
With plenty of time still left in the 4th quarter.
Could prove costly later on. So we'll be right back after this timeout break. So here we are again, 4th and 4 from the 4. Crowd is shaking. Takes a snap, throws, incomplete!
And after 2 timeouts from Ridgeview, a huge stop by the Eagles to get the ball back and keep their 7-point lead.
Yeah, Hinzo's pass was intended for D. Graffenried. Fell incomplete, and the Eagles are going to take over with 7:16 to go, up by 7, and Ridgeview's wasted 2 timeouts in the last minute.
The Eagles really need to move the ball here and burn some clock and potentially score to put this game away.
Jake Moran hands off to Harris. Harris trying to get out of the end zone. He does. They're going to mark it at the 1. Ridgeview fans are frustrated. They thought it was a safety. Definitely close. The Eagles need to get positive yardage here or else they'll give back 2 points to Ridgeview.
Yeah, and if they're unable to get anything on offense, somehow not pick up a safety, Ridgeview's going to start off with some great field position as Harris is able to get a couple of yards.
Plows his way up to about the 6.
And get them some more room to work with.
4 yards.
6:15 and counting. Eagles up by 7. Eagles scored a safety after a Jurasic strip sack. Then they scored a touchdown and got the 2-point conversion. Then Ridgeview answered back with a field goal as movement on the line. And it's against Ridgeview. Ridgeview jumped early, and I'll make the 3rd and 8, a 3rd and 3, and much more manageable for the Eagles.
Yeah, could end up being a huge break here for the Eagles and exactly what they needed. So they've been backed up at their own goal line.
Moran takes the snap. Gets flushed out. Trying not to make it a safety. Ball is out.
That's a touchdown for Ridgeview.
Touchdown for Ridgeview. Holy.
A lot of the Eagles receivers were in single coverage. Moran was unable to find any of them. Wasn't able to escape.
Yeah, I was holding against the Eagles, but that was declined, and it is a touchdown for Ridgeview.
That is a huge momentum shift.
So now Ridgeview's get on to kick the PAT to tie it with 5:31 to go here in the 4th. Stands making some noise, trying to throw off the kicker. Snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. The Ridgeview side is making some noise.
The Eagles offense is going to need to get something going here because it seems like the tide of this game in most of the second half, besides the first score from the Eagles to make it 10-0, it's really been all Ridgeview so far in the second half, which is something we're not used to seeing from this Eagles, who have been such a great second half team. So let's see if they can finish this one off.
Yeah, a lot more low scoring than we expected. On our game day on Thursday, I predicted the score would be 40-32.
I'm going to be honest, don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the closest. I went 35-28, so I feel like yes, I should get something maybe for being the closest.
Do you know high school overtime rules? Is it?
I do not.
Definitely something to look up.
I really hope it's how they do it in college.
That's a lot of excitement.
Yeah. I feel like the NFL needs to change that because I don't like seeing a tie in football. It should be a win or a loss.
No.
There's really no room for a tie.
Unless you're a Cleveland Browns fan and that broke the lose streak.
Then you're okay with it.
Then you're okay with it. Browns are doing all right.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield's looked good.
Tough loss to the Raiders. We were at that game.
That was a great game. Went into overtime. Thought the Browns were going to have their second tie of the season, as Wallace is tackled out of bounds at around the 26 to start this big Eagle drive.
Yeah, this could be a long drive that the Eagles could waste a lot of clock. Ridgeview only has one timeout, so the Eagles could waste a lot of clock and score to win this game.
Yeah, those two timeouts wasted on the 4th down, where they didn't get anything out of it. Could end up costing Ridgeview big time.
As Moran takes a snap, throws, and that's... Let's see if they're going to call it a catch or not.
Looked like it was a catch from our angle. It's Chris Gutierrez, who's been playing mostly cornerback, not a lot of action at wide receiver.
As that is a catch, they're going to call it. Bring up 2nd and 6 now.
You were asking about the high school overtime rules. If we do come to that point, it's the same as college. The only difference is that during the second overtime period, you have to go for the 2-point conversion.
As Moran throws to Gutierrez once again. Gutierrez spins, broke some tackles, but they're going to blow it dead.
That was way too quick. Looked like he was still had some movement going.
3rd and 5 coming up.
3rd and 5 from the 30.
4 minutes and counting. Eagles tied with the Wolfpack of Ridgeview. Moran takes a snap. Has time.
There's plenty of time.
He's going to roll left and try to beat the man. Lowers his shoulder and gets the first down.
Had plenty of time. No receivers were able to get open. Goes to the other side of the field to get the first down. Big time play there to keep this Eagles drive alive.
Clock keeps ticking. 3 minutes and 30 seconds now. Eagles have a ways to go. They're back on their own 36.
This one's going to come down to the wire.
Delay of game on the offense. Bad mistake by the Eagles. Backs them up 5. Ridgeview showing pressure. As Moran takes a snap, they're going to bring it. Spins away, stays on his feet, fakes the throw, and then throws it away. As 2 Ridgeview players are down. They're getting up slowly.
That was dangerous by Moran. He had the ball down by the ground. Could have been his second fumble of the game. Could have maybe put this one away. But instead it'll bring up 2nd and 15. Doesn't appear that they're gonna call a grounding, or maybe, nope, they're not gonna call grounding on that play. And it'll bring up,
oh, they are.
Oh, they are, never mind.
Grounding called against the Eagles. Lost it down.
Going to back him up even further, and with 3 minutes left, having to go 75 yards, it's going to be quite the challenge for this Eagles offense, who only has put up 7 points. Eight, excuse me.
Moran takes snap, hand to Harris. Harris gets about 3 on that play. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Gotta wonder if the Eagles are going to play conservative here or they're going to try to take a shot.
I feel like you might as well just take a shot and try and win this one.
3rd and 23 from their own 25. Moran takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's taking a shot, has one open! Keontae Clinton! All the way! Touchdown, Eagles!
Keontae Clinton, who used to go to Ridgeview against his old high school, gets the touchdown to put the Eagles up 16-10. Just blew by Ridgeview all the way to the house for a 76-yard touchdown.
Just when I said, are they going to take a shot? They throw it deep.
I said take a shot.
The former Wolfpack player, wide open for a long touchdown. Kyle Guillory to kick the extra point.
In his first PAT attempt.
Snap's good. Kick is up. No good.
And that could be costly with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock. Ridgeview still has plenty of time But they do only have one timeout, which could hurt them, especially with the lead only being 16, or being 6.
After a 5-for-5 performance last week, Guillory misses his first PAT of the night. 2:13 to go. 6-point game. Ridgeview only has one timeout.
Yeah, but I feel like that timeout's really going to come back to bite Ridgeview, or that those 2 timeouts wasted on that 4th down could be the difference maker. But the Eagles defense needs to make a big stop and give them a win on their homecoming night.
This one's coming down to the wire. Guillory to kick it off.
It's really been the game. We thought we were going to see a close game. Not this low of scoring, but close.
Kick is good. Fielded at the 22. Makes a couple moves and stumbles his way up to the 36. Couple of shoves are thrown.
Here we go. 2 minutes, 8 seconds left on the clock. It's do or die here for Ridgeview.
They're going to mark it at the 38.
Yeah, they're going to have pretty good field position going into this drive.
62 yards separate Ridgeview from tying this game. Crowd's shaking. Takes a snap, steps up, pressured, and he's brought down.
Couple Eagles all over him to drag him down and stop him right at the line of scrimmage to bring him 2nd down.
David Steele was there. Takes a snap.
Flag on the play, going to probably be against Ridgeview.
Offsides on the Eagles.
Never mind. So after the stop, it's going to be
2nd and 5. Clock keeps ticking. Minute 30 to go. Eagles blitz. They throw to Taj Wright. Wright gets brought down. Gain of 1. And this play is going to be crucial.
Yes. You know, they're going to have two more cracks to get this 1st down. Because you know they're not going to punt it with 1:10 left on the clock. But still, a big play indeed as they're going to throw a screen. And will be brought down at the line of scrimmage. And with 1 minute left, the Eagles just need one more stop to put them 3-0 in the SYL and have them atop of the standings.
4th and 3.
Richards going hurry up. They
Timeout on the Eagles now.
can talk this over. So this is basically going to be the game here.
Yeah, quick summary. 3rd and 22. He decided to take a shot. Jake Moran found a wide open Keontae Glenn, who went down the sidelines and scored the touchdown against his former team. Keontae transferred to BCHS before his junior year, during his sophomore year after his sophomore season at Ridgeview.
And he made a big tackle against Wright on second down as well. He's had a nice night.
So here come the Wolfpack offense. 4th and 3. Wright is spread to the left. Takes a snap. Looking. Scrambling. Throws. Incomplete! And that's gonna do it for this one.
A huge stop by the Eagles on defense. And they'll take over. Now the Eagles are going to be 3-0 and tied for first, depending on the Independence game. And
we play Independence next week.
So that's going to be another big game for the Eagles. And in their first year in their new league, they come in their own house and take out the powerhouse of Ridgeview, who's won the SYL for probably about the past 7 years. They've just dominated it.
Moran takes a snap and kneels. Doesn't look like Ridgeview's going to use their last time out here.
So that'll do it.
So that'll do it. The Eagles win their homecoming game by a score of 16-10. Pretty wacky one. They scored only 2 points in the first half off of a safety. 2-0 halftime score. Then second half, there was a little bit more offense. They scored a touchdown after a huge play by Alex Wallace down the sideline. Able to punch it in with Harris, and then Harris was able to punch in the 2-point conversion to make the score 10-0. Ridgeview answered back with a field goal. Then Jake Moran was sacked, stripped, and the ball found its way into the end zone. Ridgeview was able to recover, and that tied the game at 10. Then on 3rd and 22, the Eagles were able to capitalize. Huge play by Jake Moran to find Keontae Glinton wide open. Score the touchdown. Guillory missed the extra point. And here we are. The Eagles win by a score of 16-0. What were the key factors?
Key factors was really the Eagles defense came out and played well tonight. They made a couple crucial stops. They were helped out by a couple penalties as well. But they really did a great job of containing Ridgeview and all their athletes and their big playmakers. They really did a nice job when their offense was kind of lacking.
Yeah, they were able to contain Taj Wright a little bit. It was a just phenomenal performance all around. We're going to play Independence next week. Like you said, they were undefeated coming into this one. So it should be another one. Homecoming was great. I'm sorry that...
I'll get over it.
I'm sure you will, but... congrats to the seniors for taking first place. Congrats to Tate Edinburgh, not only a great football player, but also one homecoming king. And then congrats to Catherine Ball fans for winning homecoming queen. So that'll do it for this one. I'm Knight Uretsky.
I'm Kyle Gwynn.
And we'll see you guys next week.